Yeah, so this is a continuation of what we did the other day. That is trying to you have identified errors in your responses from the generative AI tool like ChatGPT, and you want to correct those errors. Okay, so it's like you are doing something that is that takes in logic, let's say mathematics or any other prompt that involves calculation. So you realize that the question that we have over here, the responses that we got, actually, they are all wrong. Because when you look at what we have over here, we are expecting the first one to give us 104 milliseconds. That is the first question. What is the total delay of 1000 bits of data that are exchanged during the data transfer phase based on the question that we have over here? The second, that is the B aspect, we are supposed to get 203 milliseconds. The C, we are supposed to get 1103 milliseconds. So if you're able to get your A and your B and your C correct, then it means that the D, you'll be able to make what we have over here. That is the inference. So once our A, B, C, once they are all wrong, it means that the D, what we have over here, are also all wrong. Exactly. So how then do you prompt logical questions or mathematical questions for generative AI to give you the correct answers? Sometimes we have what we call preset information. We have what we call preambles, or we have what we call assumptions. Now, if you are able to know the exact assumption underlying your question, the assumptions underlying your question, or that forms the basis of your question. If you know all the preset information that form the basis of your question, if you know all the preamble that forms the basis of your question, then you are supposed to provide that information to the generative AI tools. Okay, so looking at what we have over here in the question, you realize that we don't have this. You realize that we don't have this in the question. So we have, yeah, this is the question, but we are saying that this is the assumption which wasn't given in the question, but we know that what we are solving. So if you are solving the question and you know all the underlying assumptions, try and add it to the question for the generative AI tool to give you the correct answer. So this is the assumption. The question is saying that there's a setup and a tear down phase over here. Now, the assumption underlying this particular section of the question, we are assuming that the setup phase is a two-way communication and the tear down phase is a one-way communication. You realize that this particular section was not given in the question. So it's an underlining assumption, preset information, a preamble that must be added to the question. So these two phases are common for all the three cases. That is what we are going to add. So let's copy this question again. And let's paste it here. Then let me add notes below. So let me copy this assumption. Let me paste it. And let's see the result. Okay, so we are adding something that was not initially added to the question, but we are believing that the generative AI to actually need this, it needs this assumption or this particular preamble to be able to get the answers correct. So let's see what we have. Okay. All right. Fantastic. So let's see. Okay. So for the first one, we have 104 milliseconds. The B, we have 203. And the C, we have 1103 milliseconds. So let's check what we have over here. Perfect. So what do we have here? We have 104 milliseconds. We have the second one, we have 203 milliseconds. And the C, we have what? 1103 what milliseconds. It means that it can go on to give us accurate the D side, that we are saying that you are supposed to find the delay per 1000 bit of data for each of the above cases. So if you are not able to get your A, your B, and your C correct, then I'm sorry, you won't be able to get your D word correct. So what do we have over here? It means that absolutely our D, the answers that we have, they are all correct. 104 milliseconds per 1000 bits, 2.03, 1.103, and we can make the comparison and the what inference. So if you are solving a mathematical question or any question that involves calculation logic with a generative AI tool, take note that you are supposed to provide all the underlying assumption that forms the basis of the word question. If you don't know them, then it's going to be quite difficult for the AI to break it down logically and give you the correct answer. Okay, thank you very much for watching this section of the AI prompt engineering series tutorial. That is how you can correct responses using, let's say, a prompt. So in addition to your question, so correction of errors using generative AI tools with respect to mathematical word questions. Thank you. See you guys next time. And remember to subscribe to the channel.